Oh my goodness. Okay, here's the deal. We've got the commode is somewhere out in the line. It's probably stuffed up. So they're doing laundry upstairs and the water's coming down here and it's going like this. It's up and down, up and down. So really, until we get this plumbing problem fixed, this job is out of here. When you've got a really big job to cut through, a recip saw is the greatest thing because you have this huge monster blade that'll cut through the crap, no pun intended, cut through that plywood and enable us to get small pieces out so we can get in there and get working. Let me get this baby rolling. How come no matter what you're doing, you've always got two right-hand gloves? It's ridiculous. Oh no. There's 2 layers in here. Good gracious. This is going to be a job. First piece. It appears to me that this has been leaking before this flood, but it could be this has been doing this a long time. So what you can see here is we've got extensive water damage. Water has flowed from the toilet outlet into this room, and it damaged it a few weeks ago. But it appears it may be in here for a while. I think there's new forms of life in here. Golly. Ugh. Layer 2 underneath this is worse than layer 1. But again, it appears that, look at that. That is plywood. It's coming up like cake batter. That's been wet for a long, long time. You can tell by how black it is. It's absorbed a lot of water over a period of time and really molded. Now look at the subfloor. This is the second layer. Look how black it is. That didn't happen overnight, oh buddy. We're going through this first subfloor. What we don't know is what do the joists look like. We're in some really deep shoe shot down here. I really need some shoe shot redemption. This is nasty. Anytime you're on a project like this, it's really like a jigsaw puzzle that you're trying to undo. You just got to go piece by piece. Now, for example, we just cut around this corner right here because this plywood is below this, so I can't get that out. So I cut it that way, and that'll allow me to take this piece out. So ultimately, you take one piece out, go to the next one. The sour smell of success. Yeah. You got to really get a crowbar in there under, and that helps tremendously. Where's my brother-in-law when I need him? He's probably playing golf. You know, for insurance purposes, it's really a good idea to document it with a video because you can get this all done and nobody's going to believe that's what it looked like. But this is what it is. It's nasty. It's molded. So there's a lot of work that's going to be done here, and sometimes an inspector, first of all, he doesn't realize that there's 2 sheets of plywood here. So that's something that you couldn't outguess. But now that you see it, you know there's more work involved. So we almost have the first layer up. We're going to get this out, get it cleaned up, that's a funny word, get it swept out, and then we're going to go for the second layer. Okay, that was real exciting. You just missed it. My foot went through the floor. What that tells me, this did not definitely start a month ago. So we're going to get this out and see what's under there. That's what really scares me. If you take a look right here, it fell in when I walked across. Well, this is about ready to fall in too. Well, the good news is it's only 6 inches to the concrete floor. But long story short, you could hurt yourself. So you got to be careful when you're walking on this. And now you see which way the joists are. Okay, day 1. We've got all the floor out, all the trash out. We had to take out 2 subfloors. What we found out is there's still something in the pipes that's causing the water to back up. Because when they turn on the dishwasher or any other appliance upstairs, water comes up through here. So there's some kind of secret sneaky snake in the bottom of that pipe. So got to get a plumber in here, get that fixed, and then we'll be ready to start this remodel. It's all that easy. Well, it's day 2 of this project. We're going to be squaring up the sheetrock. They had to cut it away where it was wet from the flooding. And the plumbers are here. They're going to be using a backhoe to put in a new pipe outside. Apparently, trees have grown through it. So anyway, they're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing sheetrock today, and that's our next step. Well, it's day 4, and we've got a lot of painting going on here. You can see we have a nice color on the wall, an orange color. It's called graham cracker crust. And then here, we have one called nutmeg. It's a beautiful chocolate. And then on the wall, it's called sisal. So, as you can see throughout here, we're painting on a trim dark brown, and it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Well, trip to the big box to get some more stuff. Well, today we're putting in the subfloor for the bathroom, and I'm so glad it's here. It's been like an obstacle course walking over this. So all these pieces have to be fitted back in here. It's a little unique. It's not like just laying on the floor. You have to cut it based on where the joists go and so forth. So we're getting these pieces in. It won't be long till we have a real bathroom in here. So we're installing LVT. That stands for luxury vinyl tile. And basically what you have here is a piece of LVT. It's a vinyl. And it has a tack strip on 2 ends and then of course on the bottom. This keeps it from sticking to one another when it's in the package. But in this, you've got to get your first run square to the room. In this particular room, it's not very square. So we have to do some finagling, so to speak, over here to cut that at an angle, and that makes a nice straight run across here. So it's going to be beautiful. This is like a rosewood tone, and it goes really great with the colors that we've got picked out for the rest of the apartment. I'm measuring in metric. It's 29 centimeters. And the reason I like metric is it's much more exact. You can get closer. You don't have to remember it's 1 foot, 5 inches, and 7/8. That's just hard. But with metric, all you have is from 1 to infinity. And so you can say 29 centimeters. That's what it is. So once I've got that, then I take my square it up there, and I'm using just a heavy pencil. Mark it. And then I'm using the sheet metal shears to cut this with. It cuts really good. And it makes a nice clean cut. Razor knife would work, but I like just using this just as well. Now I'm cutting around the drain, the commode. And I put an underlayment under this just for some extra padding. It's not really necessary, but I just wanted to. So I did it. What I'm doing here is I've taken a piece. First of all, I laid this piece of paper down on the tacky side so that this doesn't stick to it. And then I laid this in here like that as if it's fitted there. And I took this piece of paper, which I had cut out, drew my circle, and that gives me a nice, perfect round piece. Well, we've made good progress on the Essie project here. One of the things that we're doing today is installing the electrical fixtures and the cabinet with the sink in it. So it's going to be really beautiful. We're putting in some brown baseboard, and so it's going to be really exciting to get them down here. It's kind of the man cave for the husband, but ironically, the wife, she's beginning to like this too. So check this out of what we got to finish up today. Here's some things you have to anticipate from time to time. These posts are too short. Once you put this in the wall, the post is too short to put on the fittings once you put the light base on. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a small nut and putting the screw through here and then put the nut on. And what that does is it raises the height of the back piece out, and that's just enough to allow me to put on the screws to hold the light on.
going out to the car.
Yeah.
I have my key in my hand. I'm looking for my key.
Yeah. So Dave, where's my razor knife?
Where's my key?
Where's my razor
My
knife?
key's in my hand. I said.
Oh yeah, it's there. Okay. Thank you. Let me get in here. Grab it on both sides. It's an amazing day. Finally.